We're next going to talk about offset and to some extent limit, but limit we talked about before, so this is more focused on offset. But offset is used in the same place as we use limit, which is at the bottom of the queries next to the order by. Limit we use to limit how many rows are returned, but offset we use to change from which row we're starting to return the result set. So if I have, say I have, for example, I have 40 rows in my result set, and then I limit that to only 20 rows, and I do an offset of 10. Well, that means I'm going to only have 20 rows in the result set, but I'm going to get the results from the middle of those 40, because I'm going to move down 10 rows and then return rows 11 through 30. So offset moves down the rows that are being returned. So let's look at this instead in an exercise. So we're going to use a payment table, and we're going to show the 6th through the 15th largest customer payments. So here we're not going to aggregate payments. We're just going to look at the largest payments made by customers. So it very well could be a single customer that made all of these big payments. So we don't care about who is making these payments as far as like aggregating them or anything. We're just simply looking at individual payments. Note, however, that the customer payments are negative numbers, and in the output we're going to include customer ID and payment amount. So I'm going to go ahead and say select customer ID, and we're going to select payment, and I'm going to deal with that negative thing in just a little bit. And we're going to pull this from the payment table, and you can look in the ERD diagram and find where that is at, but I'm just going to pull this like this, and I'm going to undo this so we can see the code with the keywords and stuff like that. Okay, let's run this. All right, so here we're getting customer IDs and then all these negative payment amounts, and these are not ordered in any certain way, and we're getting 26,000 rows, or a little bit more than 26,000 rows. So first of all, let's make these into positive numbers, and then let's go ahead and order these. We're going to order them by negative payment, and we're going to order them in descending order. Of course, we could have ordered them by not changing that to negative payment and done ascending order, but this is easier for my brain at least to think about. Okay, and then if we run this, now we're getting results with positive payment amounts, and we're starting with the largest value. The goal then is to pull the 6th largest, so this value here, down to the 15th. So we want to return only these. We don't want to return 26,000 rows. We only want to return 10 rows, but we don't want to start at the very top. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to say order by, and then I'm going to say limit 10, and I'm going to offset by 5. And then let's go ahead and save this as payment amount. And now we have, well, we can't see that these are rows 1, 2, 3 from the original set, but we only have 10 rows come back. So let's go ahead and verify that these are rows 6 through 15. So 6 should be 140,448. So the 6th row is 140,448, and then the last one should be 133,488. Let's verify that too. And the last one is 133,488. So I don't use offset that often, but every once in a while when I see these on the internet about postings about interview questions, a lot of times it seems like they're trying to create kind of tricky questions where you don't pull out the top one, you pull out something like this. So I don't know if that will ever be useful for anyone, but again, I don't use it that often myself. But you never know, and if nothing else, maybe get it on an interview question.